who's going to go straight through to the quarters. In the white tops, Marco Grimalt, and the man serving, Esteban Grimalt, the cousins from Chile, taking on their old adversaries, Anders Mol and Christian Sorum, the Olympic champions from Norway. Hot favourites to win the game, let's be absolutely honest, Mol and Sorum. And despite the fact they haven't managed to get a win on their return from that injury to Anders Mol, they haven't been bad. Second event back since the injury, they finished 4th in Ostrava, 3rd in Stad. And here, 3rd time of asking, I think they would like a win. Well, slow-mo tells all. Martin Kahnen has set standard with regard to the handling. Whacked it, absolutely whacked it. What a shot from Marco Grimalt, the blocker in this Chilean lineup. I like that set. I like that set from Esteban Grimalt. Took it high and just flicked it out. A little more up and down, and it's good enough for Christian Sorum to find his angle. Well, we know what he does. It's stopping him doing it. That's the problem. That's the problem so many teams have found. He's got this huge sharp angle hit. He's got baby line, he's got line over, and he's got a few other tricks up his metaphorical sleeve as well, as Christian. Net touch. A wry smile towards our second official from Anders Mol. Norway denied what looked like it was going to be a pretty easy transition point. Hang time personified. Super hit. Once that ball touched the block and Esteban knew he was on it, he worked really hard to make this set hittable. No pressure on the Grimalts in this game. They are through to the next phase of the tournament, whatever happens. So I think they can just get after the Vikings in this game. First side switch yields a serve error, and Marco just quickly checking the breeze. There's definitely breeze on centre court today. It's picked up. And it will influence the ball slightly. Huge. Good reactions from Chile to recover. Anders Mol denied a monster block. Well, several option balls hit now by Marco, several out of systems, and he's put them away well. Grimalt's going to what they know, and it's kind of old school when it comes to playing the Vikings. They're going all after Christian Sorum. A few teams had a dabble with going at Anders Mol, and it looked like it might occasionally yield some success, but on return from his injury, he's been just insanely good. Oh my goodness me! Oh, that's dirty! What a swing! I'll tell you what, Esteban Grimalt's lucky that hit him in the chest. If it had gone anywhere else, that could have been painful. Oh, and then someone does that. Last meeting was relatively recent. Pool play in Start just last week, where Mol and Sorum finished in 3rd place. Beat Grimalt in straight sets. Well played. Well played, Marco. Anders Mol was a long time about the preparation for that and didn't come out with the jump set. Long arm swing. Marco makes the most of it. Lots of Norwegian fans in the crowd, I can tell you. Some wearing the t-shirts and waving the flag, but a lot of them just Austrian fans converted. That may prove the biggest challenge and the biggest showdown in Paris in the beach volleyball tournament for the men. If Mol and Sorum do meet Orman and Helvig. The young Swedes, the pretenders to the Viking throne, just throwing a bit of extra spice in the Olympic mix. Not here in Vienna, so we won't get our next look at those two teams until Paris. There's so many variables at play, though, before we get to that point. And this is a rather tired period of play from Norway. Well, he's unloaded massively on one line shot, Christian Sorum, but other than that, it's not looked all that comfortable. Good serving. Oh. It was a good shot, but Chile will be quite frustrated that they haven't made that. Marco opting for the cross-court pull, and it just gave Christian that little bit of extra time to find the line. Dipper from him. Into the tape, outside the lines. Chile hand a couple of points straight back to their rivals. Good serve. Really good serve. So he missed one, and that gave Chile some impetus, some momentum. They made the most of it. Now Christian Sorum is putting the serves in with a bit of venom. Better control. Well, when you know an opponent really well, you get to develop some plays that will help you, and very deliberately Marco Grimalt coming in on the angle, waiting for Mol to take that away, and then just rolling the ball the other way. And on this occasion, there was no Sorum. Change up, Mol tested for one, he belts it. Straight over the back of the court, amazing stuff. 11-10, then Norway recover from an early setback as we hit the technical timeout. That's a lovely look at the presentation of the platform by Anders Mol. His playing partner, Christian Sorum, one of the best there's ever been in terms of deflecting that ball into a part of the court where your partner can just go to work and either set you a beautiful ball or go up and hit it. And as with so many things, it's the simplicity of the movement that makes it work. Simplicity generally in sport means you can reproduce that movement. Repeatable is the key. Take out as many little idiosyncrasies as you can where passing is concerned. Put your forearms together and let the ball bounce off it. When the ball's travelling at 90 miles an hour, it's not always that easy. Bit of a let-off there from Norway. Esteban's been serving well. Takes Sorum short. That is stunning. Well, the shoulder's sore, but when you get a bit of adrenaline, that shoulder pain goes away, and that is a dream swing. That's a massive bounce. Good serve as well to follow. He's serving well now, Christian Sorum. Well, that's unusual. He was all over that. He was all over that, and he didn't quite put that last tiny bit of effort in to make sure. And for once, that infallible platform doesn't produce the right deflection. Beautiful. Another shot pulled out of the kit bag. As Bob Sverlik, the ex-USA left side player, used to say, you need a few tools on the tool belt to get the job done. And when you are not one of the tallest, high-jumpingest players in the game, you need something extra. Ball control is key. He's getting closer, Anders Mol. No joy just yet against Marco Grimalt, who's the player who tends to get served for Chile. Esteban Grimalt has developed a nice sideline in option ball hitting when his cousin is passing well enough. And they're just going off the boil here, Chile. This will be Norway's opportunity, their window to push. Chile have to guard against it. They go to Esteban, Norway. And he is a phenomenal athlete. Round we go. Chile preserve their break. Crowd doing Vienna proud here. The Red Bull Beach Arena. It's a wonderful atmosphere. Anywhere but there. Poor old Esteban. They got Norway out of system. They got arms on the ball, and it went straight back into Anders' hitting window. Happy Christmas.
Noch läuft die Wiederholung im weltlichen Fernsehen. Wir können Anders Mol beim Service unterstützen.
Not unveiling the big jump serve just yet. Finally gets a touch on the ball, but it's not Mol that gets it. It's Sorum up there and blocking. Well, there's always room. Doesn't matter how long you've been around, doesn't matter how many titles you've won, there's always room to learn, there's always room to experiment. And Christian Sorum channeling his inner Anders Mol pretty effectively there. Unfortunately, Mol couldn't do the same with regard to his partner's finesse. Brilliant, what a touch. What a touch. Oh, it's good work. Sorum putting in a shift here. And so is Esteban Grimalt. Marco chases it down. Oh, huge. Phenomenal from the Chilean pair. knew that was the chance, and he did absolutely every single part just right. Well played, Esteban Grimalt. Well set, Marco. Takes 2 to tango where beach volleyball is concerned. So Norway back in trouble, having negotiated the first slip. They've been pressured again here. Okay, Sarah on the way. Really good performance so far from the Grimalts. Pretty good from the fans as well. Not the cleanest of plays from Norway, but they found the sand still. Players love playing in front of crowds like this. Forget the money. This is about being back to what you originally loved about the sport, being out there and just doing your stuff. Oh, wow. Oh, that is beyond massive from Marco Grimalt. Outside the block, outside his body. How did he get the power into that arm swing from there? Only Marco knows. Good dig. Esteban having a nice defensive set here. A little bit of pace to try and beat Mol, but he's not for beating until then. Brilliant. Just brilliant from this Chilean pair. It's not that Norway aren't at the races, it's they're not being allowed to play their game. Chile are cancelling out so much of what is brilliant about the Vikings. Just huge again from Sorum. Looks like it's time to bring the big gun out. Good serve, great pass. Sorum is on it. Oh, just huge. That uncanny knack for sniffing an opportunity. And this has been properly finished. Esteban was there as well. Chile have a timeout, which they are more than happy to use at this particular point. There you go, Dad, you're on the big screen.
Die haben noch nie ein Spiel auf der World Tour gegen Anders Mol und Christian Sorum gewonnen und sind jetzt hier in Führung. Was glaubt ihr? Who will win this first set? Chile? Norway? Chile! Norway! Oder der österreichische Schiedsrichter?
Fabulous. Oh no, we got a faller.
Holen wir die 4 Balladisten zurück in die Entscheidung des ersten Satzes. Wien. serve. Let's go.
The fact that Chile managed to just grab hold of the momentum with Chile stuck on 19 points could play into their hands here. He's going to go for another big serve. No, not happening. Not happening, and Chile have a golden opportunity here to open their account. Crowd standing ovation for Chile. Sorum gives Norway just one last chance. And it's a chance with him serving. And Moll already at the net. That was a massive jump from Christian Sorum. Marco makes the pass. Moll gets a piece of it, and another snappy spike from Christian Sorum. Okay, I like this next lineup. I like this next point. Surely they go Marco, and surely Marco goes power. Here we go, Marco Esteban versus Anders Moll. Oh, wow! Oh, that is just incredible. He has roofed that onto Marco's foot. It's played out exactly as Norway would like. 20 all into overtime, 2 clear points required. Interestingly, they let Esteban pass a ball and he makes them pay. Set point number 4 for Chile. Sorum, plenty of cross-court open and saw it early, found it easily. Too good. Moll stays on the floor, lobs it into play, takes Marco on again. Oh, he's done him again. His body was on the angle. Those long, long arms just reached across and sealed the deal on the line. Huge. What a quite beautiful display of blocking. Norwegian fans happy. First set ball to Norway. And again, having roofed Marco, they let him off the hook by going at Esteban. Not your classic Viking game management. First set point for Moll and Sorum goes begging. Too much on it from Esteban. Grimalt. Second set point arrives for the Beach Volley Vikings. We're back to the rotation that got them into the match again. Sorum serving, Moll at the net, and it's Marco versus Anders. He's done him. He's done him. Third and final time. Anders Moll shuts down set 1 from 3 points down. And Norway lead the Chilean cousins by a set to 0. Absolutely munched him. It'll be difficult to see 3 much better blocks straight back into the face. The first one was huge. The second 2, a masterclass in technical work at the net. They got themselves out of serious trouble there, Mol and Sorum. 3 set points down and saved 4 in the end. Once again, it plants a seed of doubt in the minds of their opponents. I'll tell you how refreshing that feels on a very warm day in a warm stadium.
Und Chile 0,9 Sätze in Perfektion unterwegs gewesen. Kassieren jetzt da eine gelbe Karte. Möglicherweise jetzt schon wegen Zeitverzögerung. Marco Grimalt versucht gerade zu erklären, dass es was anderes war. Aus seiner Sicht.
Away we go with set 2.
Zweiter Satz.
Chile in the lighter coloured tops. Marco Grimalt and Esteban Grimalt couldn't convert any of their 4 set points. And let's be honest, you don't get many set points against Norway. Anders Mol and Christian Sorum. And what we saw in the first set was what makes this beach volley Viking team so good. We can talk endlessly about the individual components of their play, about the overall teamwork that allows them to be such a steady force, particularly on the side out. But they are also a team, whether it be Sorum or whether it be Mol working his magic on the block. They're a team that can go on runs. And they time that run in set 1 to perfection. Unusual hitting error from Christian Sorum. This is his favoured cross-court angle, but he knew with Esteban in close attendance he had to hit it well and just overcooked it. Jeez Louise. That is such a heavy hit. What's the arm swing? How? Those shoulder mechanics must be incredible. They're a bit sore at the moment. Oh, so good. And where was that? Where was that when Marco needed it? Isn't it the way? Isn't it the way? The first swing you get that isn't for a set, and you put it down. Well, Chile have responded well to the disappointment of losing the opener.
Schaut und wartet so lang, Christian Sorum.
They know each other very well, these two. They get on very well off court. So a little low 5 between Marco and Christian. A little bit of respect from the Chilean blocker. Sorum plants one off his head. Just on the outside of the line, dicing with danger there, but Chile go round with the lead. I love the very specific instructions. The crowd here in Vienna, Anstart, just love following. Great job. All part of the Volleyball World Beach Pro Tour show. So, Christian Sorum decides it's time to unveil another one. How tight can we get it to the net? Very nice. The flicker. Flips it over, flipped into the air, and then spun like a top over the block. Well played, Esteban Grimalt. He's having a good game here. Interesting that Sorum went all the way in to defend and could have got there, but such is the reach of Anders Mol on that turn and burn. He got it. It actually made the point more difficult for Norway. Free. He doesn't waste those. Free hit put away with force again. Fireball when it hits the defender and still wins the point. That set died. And that bounce absolutely slaughtered the Vikings. Horrible deflection off the net. Done the work, used the furniture, and the net didn't play ball.
6:5. Sorum, 6:6.
This is the most heat that I've seen Christian Sorum put on the ball for a while. And I guess a lot of that is the fact that Esteban Grimalt knows his game so well that shots probably aren't going to get it done. He's got to keep pace on the ball.
Grimalt geht auf Vollzug.
It's a lovely game of chicken between Marco and Anders. Anders this time thinking he's going to go cross, seals that, leaves the line, Marco hits it. Shank pass, trouble here for Norway. Good defence from Esteban, can he put it away? Can't do first time, and then just provides the option swing for Marco, and that's super beach volleyball again. Honestly, Chile have been so good in this match. The fact they're still trailing by 1-0 is a testament to the brilliance of that man, Anders Moll. But Norway not out of jail by any means.
Grimalt liegt im ersten Satz auch im zweiten Mal in Führung.
Again, heat. It's all big shots from Christian Sorum at the moment. And I'm not sure he thinks he's managed to get Esteban Grimalt pinned. Seems unwilling to go to the finesse ball. Good pass from Esteban. Reason for the change-up is that Marco Grimalt has found a good rhythm in this second set, so we're just testing out Esteban for a serve or two. Might just be the one though after that. Nice little dart. Well, similarly, Chile decide they're going to test Anders Moll. When you see him hit shots like this, you wonder how he ever doesn't side out. But he has his moments, he has his shaky patches from time to time. Still not rolling, are they, Norway? They are getting the job done ugly. Although some of that ugly's been pretty beautiful. Just out. Just out. Now, Esteban Grimalt wants to look at this. And having had a look, he's challenged. Martin Kahnen, our first referee, marches over. And the ball mark does look wide, but it was close. It remains with Norway, flirting with danger. Oh my goodness. That is just an insane amount of power. Marco has unloaded on that. Fantastic decision as well, deliberately using the block. Oh, anything you can do, etc. Sorum's jump here is massive. The freedom of the arm swing, beautiful, and I just love that reaction from Esteban down the line. Just a great big grin from ear to ear. Not digging that one anytime soon. So technical timeout arrives, and once again Norway proving. It sounds a bit harsh to say how good is your bad. This is not them at their best, but less than best is still brilliant where the Beach Volley Vikings are concerned. You can't win every match in professional sport. You can't be at your best in every match in professional sport. That's something you have to consider in tournaments. From day to day, you fluctuate. But if your worst is still better than most in the world, you are going to win tournaments. And that's been the case for this Norwegian pair for the best part of the last 6 or 7 years. Shoot. Again, Mol knew what was happening just too late. Just couldn't get his arms out of the way. So both blockers getting used on the outside at the moment. Change up, good serve on Mol. Wicked, absolutely wicked swing. It's gone a bit heavyweight boxing, hasn't it, this contest? They are trading blow for blow. Esteban goes to the shot, Sorum waiting, and he can't get it past Marco Grimalt. Well played, Chile. He's jumped a metre and a half and still got his arms over. Huge reach from Marco Grimalt. It's been a while. It's good to see you, old friend. Line over. Lathered in spin. Beautifully done. Finally, they go to access the corner that Marco's been leaving, and he's got him. Fourth time in the match, Anders Mol has shut the lights out on Marco Grimalt. It honestly doesn't get better than that. He was still in the air when that hit the sand. No, shoot set, gets away on the breeze. And Marco can't get a swing on it. They're trying to do it to stop Anders Mol penetrating. But this time it did for Chile rather than Anders. 14-13, Norway turn things around. Tricky pass for Marco. Stood up quite beautifully by Esteban, and Marco's banged it out over the baseline. Are they challenging? Or is it a touch? Do you know what? That's just the best. What a fantastic call from Anders Moll, because it was out, it was nowhere near, and maybe it was even Christian Sorum that caught it. Either way, Norway own up. There we go. The sportsmanship is with Christian Sorum. Anders Moll says, "Don't clap me. It was my partner." Yeah. What a sporting gesture. 14-all. Very kind from Chile in return.
15-14.
Okay, pressure's on Chile now. And particularly on Marco. Coming out of the middle of the net. Goes for the shot. Christian Sorum waiting for it, makes the play. And then he completely scuffs the line play. I've seen it all now. Man. Good block. Oh, that's wonderful. Marco Grimalt with a lively bit of thinking, and that was all the way from the baseline. Second time he's blocked that option swing.
Hat auch schon 4 Blocks in diesem Spiel.
Well played, Chile. Didn't let Norway get away.
Marco Grimalt. Was passiert als nächstes? 16 beide. Norwegen oder Chile? Wer holt sich Durchgang Nummer 2?
Well, we're getting further and further down this lottery list of options for Marco Grimalt. If they serve him again, does he swing or does he shoot? He might not get to do either. All he's going to get to do is bump it over. Free ball. Must be Norway's point. Oh, no. You are kidding me. It was a free net. Marco jumped way away. And he's ended up hitting the car. Doesn't mean you win it, Anders. Pressure's on Norway. Sorum looks for the line and decides not to take it. He saw it was open and still went angle, and Marco Grimalt stays really disciplined here. Block pressure produces the error. Chile are in business again.
Und die Wikinger nehmen die Auszeit. Und da gibt es einen Clap. Geben wir mal die Arme nach oben. Geben wir mal die Arme nach oben. Holen wir die Jungs zurück. Jetzt geht es in den Crunch-Time des zweiten Satzes, Wien. Und jetzt klatschen wir sie zurück.
I like it. No translation for crunch time. It just is crunch time. Well, Scandinavian flavour to this next part of the crowd show, the Icelandic clap. Made famous at the Euros a few years ago when Iceland beat England. England, no, back in the final on Sunday against Spain. It's a big weekend of sporting contests, all sorts going on, and right in the midst of it, a magnificent showdown for the men and women here in Vienna. Final Beach Pro Tour action with Paris on the horizon. Put it in this time though. Sorum with a brilliant swing. Well, they got it done from 3 down in set 1. They're a little closer to Chile this time around as Esteban inspects the ball mark. It must have been about a centimetre from his foot. Here we go. Shaky pass. Esteban, though, makes it. Good dig. It's come straight back. Marco goes second ball. Anders gets a good hand on it and gets the kill. Not sure Marco thinks that was a block. Anders not making eye contact with anybody. Let's have a look. Here's the hit. There was the block and there was the contact. So interesting. Many of you would have counted 1, 2, 3, 4 there. Chile, though, doing the right thing, just getting involved with the next point.
1918.
Brilliant. Great use of the furniture from Esteban. Oh, what a kill. Classic from Esteban. Straight into the net. Knew he would get a bounce. And Marco's done very well to put that in the window. And Norway have got to do it all again. Side out first. Sorum passes. Good control as ever. He's missed it. We're going to 3. And Chile get what they deserve. They've earned that. 21-18 in the second. It's going to be the 15-point tiebreaker to sort it out between these two teams.
Das ist ihnen erst einmal gelungen. Paris 2023. Wir sehen einen dritten Satz. Ist euch heiß, liebe Fans? Ist euch heiß? Kurze Abkühlung vor der Entscheidung vor dem dritten Satz. Hier sind die, oder hier ist die Casinos-Ausführung.
There's the swing. For the first time today, Sorum not quite able to make his shot. Bizarrely for him, it's been the angle that he's missed. His line hitting has been sublime. Interesting call towards the end of that set, which was questioned by Marco Grimalt. Might just have been that the original touch was then consequently played by Chile, which extended the amount of touches for Norway, but Chile did exactly the right thing. Didn't get bogged down in any discussion, just went straight away to the next point and got it done very well indeed. This is super stuff. And we do have some Chilean fans in the crowd. Well played to our TV director for finding them in this melee of bodies here in the Red Bull Beach Arena in Vienna. Away we go then with our tiebreaker set. It's the shootout to 15. Beach volleyball's equivalent to the penalty shootout. And the first goal is scored by Chile. The landing, the dive, the finish. Absolutely stunning.
Christian Sorum sagt, die gemeinsam das Netz berührt. Der Schiedsrichter sagt, nein, nein, das haben wir schon im Blick. 1:0.
Well, Norway debate that one, but it's gone Chile's way. Full stop. Good service. And an interesting attempt at the block from Marco. He was trying to do something weird and wonderful there. In the wars today, isn't he? Here's the clue, Mark. If you're going to try and get out of the way, don't stick your head above the net. It's his fault for jumping so high. ball to dip. Marco passes well enough and manoeuvres it well enough. And in a tournament of dramatic three-setters, we're on our way again. This one's still wide open.
Sorum sieht das freie Feld, geht drüber.
Again, well done, DJ. Which team are going to find the pot of gold in this match, though? That's the big question. Round we go. Loving your work, guys, loving your work. Good pass again. Oh, he's got him. And the net was Chile's friend again. The roll along the tape actually took this past Anders Moll, who was all over this defence. He was there, he wasn't.
His fifth individual block in that game, Marco
It's a
Grimalt.
full block as well.
For 2. Wer steht hinter Chile?
Great reach from Marco.
Wer hinter Norway?
Esteban fancies his chances again. Oh no, changes his mind to the pop float.
Norway, Sorum.
So Norway with Christian Sorum are still pretty much dialed in. The passing is still wonderful. So Chile are having to win points when Norway have the ball under control. Just might be worth throwing one over to Moll. Brilliant, brilliant. Both defenders now getting a bit cute with these shots. So do Chile want to press the button now? Are they going to just have a little go at Moll? No, they stick on Sorum. Good hand on it, but it's this time bounced nicely for Norway. And that was a strange shot. That was a strange shot. Anders Moll must have seen the angle was open there. But rather than roll it into space, kind of chipped it away from his body and away from where he was going. And Esteban was just stood there waiting. And then fine line over. And things looking good again for Chile here. Forceful serve. Oh, nearly. The level of trickery in that Chilean play to try and catch Christian Sorum out was intense. Late cross block, late cross run, so it was a double cross, but it was all late. Sorum had just enough. Brilliant. Brilliant. And Esteban has just fallen for something very similar. They showed him the space, they took it away. Brilliant block from Anders Moll. He continues to just chalk them up. They go after Esteban again. Good control from the Chilean defender, keeps a decent lead here. And let's be honest, one break is a decent lead against Norway.
6-7, dritter Satz, Entscheidungssatz.
Oh, just amazing. If you look at the faces of the Norwegian players when they get into moments like this in tight matches, the expressions, particularly on Anders Moll's face, is one of belief. Okay, we might be struggling here, we might be down, but do you know what? Still going to beat you. He's racking up a ton of blocks in this match.
Chile noch kein Rezept haben. 2 in Folge von Anders Moll und damit die Führung bei den Norwegern. Es ist heiß, es ist knapp, es geht um den Gruppensieg. Ein Erfrischungsapplaus einmal für die Chilenen.
So with the change in momentum, Chile stop proceedings with their timeout.
Und da geht's in die letzte Phase dieses Spiels.
I think Marco Esteban there suggesting, Marco Grimalt, sorry, suggesting to Cousin Esteban that they have to call, they have to listen to those calls. And just going hard isn't always going to work, obviously, against Moll. And he gets a bit lucky there, as Marco. Chile take it round on the next multiple of 5 at 8-7 up. And this is how beach volleyball matches at the Elite 16 level should feel, and this is what they do feel like when you get to these intense moments and the crowd are engaged. Every single point is an entity. Every single point, always that delicious possibility that it's going to be the best one you've ever seen. Until obviously a few minutes later when there's another best one that you've ever seen. Whose nerve is going to hold?
Schön zu sehen noch einmal in der Slow-Mo.
Ice cold. From Christian Sorum, 8-all. Half and half, I think, there from Moll. I think he was completely committed to that. 9-8 Chile. Control again. The ball control from Christian Sorum in the latter stages of this match is quite spectacular. It's so calm. That ball is so quiet when it gets to the hands of Anders Moll. And Norway just letting Chile off the hook on a few of these serves. I'm not sure it's a bad thing. I think it's going to come as a bit of a shock when the ball does go into play, so Chile will be mindful of that. But they've picked up a couple of freebies. They need a break here. Chile need a break. They don't get it. They don't get it. Christian Sorum just too good on that angle again. Ball in court, Esteban to attack, and he's put it out. That was nearly perfection. So much so that Esteban Grimalt does not believe it's out until he's seen it for himself. The break goes Norway's way. They turn the scoreboard around just a little. Just living on the edge there, Marco Grimalt does manage to pinball it through the arms of Anders Moll. Again, Good pass off a tricky play, and what a stunning line shot. I mean, Esteban Grimalt had given Christian Sorum the line, but by that I mean he literally only given him the red tape, and he hit it. Unreal. Nearly an error from Chile, and they get a good recycle. That's a great piece of work. Just played that calmly, Chile. Level score again. Norway still have that tiny advantage in that they get to attack for the lead, which in effect should bring the first match point opportunity to Norway if, that is, Chile can't get the break. Well swung, well swung. And we're into that phase of the game now with these experienced teams where they are literally playing point for point. That's done, line under it, focus on the next one, and they're going to box off, they're going to compartmentalise every single play from here. Just fantastic. If that doesn't put a smile on your face, I don't know what will. Here we go. Norway 13-12. Option off the tape, goes over, well covered, and brilliant running. That is brilliant running from Marco, but Christian Sorum has collapsed into the net. And what could have been isn't. That really could have been Norway's point, but Sorum just couldn't stop his forward momentum. 13-all. Esteban started the game well from the service line. That's a belter. Here's the chance. This is to go to match point for Chile. Taken. Magnificent from Marco Grimalt. You know the script though, don't you? There's a certain Anders Moll patrolling at the net. If they can side this out. Chile would like to win it here. One big push. Moll hammers. He's got it. This for the game. And Sorum calmly makes the dig and then just calmly follows it up with the sweetest of line rolls. And now it's a different game. They had the swing for the match, Chile. That's come and gone. And now the horrible reality of whoever passes this ball having to beat the block of Moll. Esteban it is, and he beats him well. Unreal. Nerveless. Match point number 2 for Chile. Huge. Unloading. And as Moll, as relaxed as you will see. They shut him down. They made him go where they wanted him to go. Too much on it. So round we go, 15 apiece. And that challenge is back with Chile now. How do you beat Moll in the moments of the game that really matter? Well, not something they need to consider if Anders Moll serves long. Match point number 3. Chile have put on a superb display in this match. They just can't finish it. Best rotation for Norway. Sorum serves with Mol waiting at the net. Marco passes nicely. It's a good block. It's a really good piece of movement. And for the first time, Norway can win the game. First match point arrives. That's amazing, isn't it? 2 touches, quite rightly spotted by Anders Mol. Sorum again. Down the middle, Marco steals in. And Marco pokies with tremendous control. Chile save a match point. Massive. It's just a stunning shot. Side switch and time to savour that one. He's planted this right in the corner. And that has disappeared. What an athlete. Second match point arrives for the Norwegians. Ball to serve. Who does he fancy his chances against? He goes Marco, so it's Marco v Anders. And Christian gets in on the act as well. This for the game. No, defended. Oh my goodness me. You can't be serious. 1 centimetre of court where this ball can score, and it landed square on it. With both Norwegians staring in disbelief at that. Marco Grimalt saves the day. We're level again. Mol against Marco, and he throws him down. Revenge is sweet for Marco Grimalt. Vienna have managed to cram the most incredible points into this tournament. We're not even into the weekend, and we've already had an absolute feast. 4th match point to Chile. Mol renews his rivalry, smacks it into the block, and it's just out. That wasn't teeth, by the way. Holy cow, what a game. Well, we saw an absolute blinder with the Clingers beating Alvarez and Moreno earlier on. And we've got another one right here. 19 all. Lovely shot. What a lovely flowing swing from Esteban Grimalt. 5 points. And by that, I mean 5 match points. Arrive for Chile. Can they take it? 5th time of asking. Well, they've gone at Mol a couple of times. They've kept Sorum a bit frozen out. And they stick on Anders. Anders, majestic. And with the focus as it is right now, this is why he can do this sort of stuff. Up he goes, over the top he goes, and into the corner, unplayable. Well, 2 teams trying to save their legs by getting automatic bye to the quarter-final with a win in this match. They've played almost another entire game. It's tight, it's saved, and it's out. Match point number 3, Norway. The 8th match point of this stunning tiebreaker. Martin asking the lines judge whether he saw the ball hit the line before it made the ball mark. It is out. It is out. It's a good leave from Christian Sorum. Here we go. Let's see who Anders fancies taking on this time.
Jetzt ist das Scoreboard korrigiert.
Back to Marco. Tired pass from Marco Grimalt. It's tight and it's hit out of play. No, he's found the corner. He's found the corner. Right under the lens of the camera, he's managed to hit the buckle. The last centimetre of court is accessed again by Chile. Back to level. Beautiful. I don't want this to end. And neither did the crowd. This is just a brilliant game of beach volleyball. A little dart from Christian Sorum brings up Norway's 4th match point. Sorum to serve. Molly's already in situ at the net to take on Esteban. Too good. Esteban Grimalt's had a really excellent game. Sorum has a good look. The line was open and he could see exactly where the defender was. But knew he wasn't covered on that angle by the blocker and just went for it. This is a really, really excellent display by all 4 players. We're into double figures now. 10th match point arrives. It's the 5th one for Norway, having saved 5 of Chile's. Does he gamble? Does he gamble? He does. No, gamble doesn't pay off. 23 all in this race to 15. Incredible stuff. Sorum confidently steps in for the pass and can't chop it past the block of Marco Grimalt. Comes up with another fabulous stop to take Chile to their 6th match point. Oh, it's another insane leap from Marco Grimalt. Esteban surely has to go back to the well here with Sorum. Now watch Esteban run the play here. Watch where he goes, holds his pocket and gets beaten. Gets his pocket picked. Six match points saved by Norway. 5 saved by Chile. 24 all. This is too good. Chile earn their 7th opportunity to end the match. Worthy of a final, this. We're still in pool play. One of the games of the season. Marco Grimalt to serve. Sticks it over to Christian Sorum. Another fabulous pass. A daring line shot because Esteban Grimalt was in attendance. And in the end, maybe came to him just a little easier than he was expecting. Well, there's easy and there's easy. It's all relative. And that easy was damn near impossible. Norway.
Norway!
are just
And who
showing
of you guys is enjoying
incredible
the
resilience
thriller
here.
At center court from Norway and Chile. It's an incredible,
So Norway
incredible
head back for a
battle
sit down.
between these most outstanding players. Unbelievable.
Might have even forgotten they had their timeout available. The stuff of legends here in Vienna. As we watch 4 legends go at it. The final countdown indeed, but technically we could play into the night. Here we go again. 25 all. New game. 2 clear points still required. Jump set. Oh, that is audacious. That's incredible from Esteban. And he's freed his partner with tempo and pace. Beautiful. And it's only their 8th match point. 26-25 Chile. Esteban Grimalt to serve. Beautiful pass again. Christian Sorum take a bow. There is an absolute storm going on down there on court, but this man is calmness personified. The most beautiful passing, the most beautiful ball control. Tight, tight. Chile get the reuse. Sorum gets the stab dig and the free net. And Norway get their 7th match point. Count them. 15 match points between the 2 teams. A game that will live long in the memory. Down the middle, Marco takes it late. And he's missed it this time. The beach volley Vikings go on a monumental raid and take down Chile in 3 stunning sets. Well, they've earned themselves a direct route to the quarter-final at this particular point in time. I'm not sure how much of a bonus that is after expending so much energy. Norway